Upon a time, there was an empire. Its name, the Nyla Empire. In population, it had 1,000 people. I don't know why. 11,000 people. The population is 24,000. And this is the collapse of the Nyla Empire. Here's the story. A man named Shishu, was very white. A man named Ruana was honest, immune, a genius, and very wise. He hated the king for what he would do, and soon he would cause a rebellion. In Kekigo. Some people saw some riots already broke out. As the riots broke out, people started to get mad. Soldiers were fighting. Bam! Bam! Riots were here. The end of the Nyla Empire was happening. People were fighting. Soldiers left their job to riot. People started fighting. Meanwhile, other soldiers were getting ready to see if a rebellion would happen soon. As the rebellion of Kekigo was literally about to happen. In the big riot, happened in the middle of every street. It caused some soldiers to even quit their jobs. People fighting. Bam! The soldiers, not realizing this was here. One man looked up and didn't see it. Two. They saw some fighting happening. More and more people got mad. They even started fighting themselves. The soldiers came in with a resting off, fighting the men. After realizing a rebellion was on its knees and was about to happen, the king had to do something about it. But the king was on his daily vacation, so he didn't get the call to his meeting with the soldiers. One soldier, Chichuga, what is it? Chichuga, hated the king too. He always wanted to change. Keep an eye on this guy. Maybe they want him to survive the whole story. But the king was on his vacation, traveling out the house, making sure everything was okay. Don't worry about this. Everything was doing fine until someone brought down the capital, the mayor's capital. In the mayor's capital of Kekigo. Mad people, mad children, mad people burnt it down. They burnt down the capital. People started fighting. Some soldiers even joined. More soldiers came as a rebellion was happening all across Kekigo. Anybody who entered it turned into a rebellious mode. We call it the beginning of the end. One second. They were about to rebel. The next day, they rebelled and turned to the APM, still called the Kick-Go. But the first band started moving. With 990 people, they would totally take out, right? The Nile Empire, 35 population. So it would be pretty hard for them to start fighting. Soldiers moving in. People were calling this maybe the beginning of the end of Kick-Go, of the Nile Empire. Could this be the end? They were getting surrounded by two sides, and thousands of soldiers were training as they started to move in, fighting. Kick-Go was finally taken back with only 60 population. As the borders still changed, as Dewey's and Kalani, the soldiers, saying this may be a different end for Kick-Go. Demons. The soldiers had 378. They were our biggest land. They were the biggest empire they would face with that bigger rebellion. As a huge riot happens, this make it fair. They had a little bit more. These guys were built. The first fighting started happening on the coast. Green versus red. Holy campaign. This was the first time they may have ever lost into a war. Could it be? Could the end of the empire happen? Well, they were already winning. So, got taken back. But still, Firecast farmlands was still happening. Soldiers that were late were still crossing the Tigris. But a war happened. War with Doopy was happening. Huge war. Soldiers started to push in as fire sweated across. People were on fire. Ah! Soldiers throwing bow and arrows. Soldiers were shouting. Kids were running. As moms still were trying to get groceries to pack up and go into shelters. But it was simply taken by the Nile Empire. People saw this to be a threat. But it was soon. Soldiers were still getting ready. The small army, they thought they were going to do this. Their own population kind of slowly, but they finally started to push in. Soldiers on the east side started to push in as other citizens were staying inside to make sure they were safe. Started fighting and fighting as green soldiers finally decided to come. Meanwhile, Jordan being on an alliance of Veko was still in the war, but they left as these guys set place. Peace between these ends can happen. But holy shit. You saw some soldiers coming across the border, creating a pathway in. Seeing this, they set emergency controls so if it got worse, the Nyla Empire could come in. But this video is about the revolution. Here we go, and these guys. Two of their states left. Czechia made peace. So it's slowly for the collapse of this nation. These guys had no choice to just declare war on the whole world. Battles all across the area were still happening. After that, the beginning, as people started to notice, the Nyla Empire was collapsing. As they started to hear about huge riots on TV, and farms, riots would happen. Is this the beginning of the end? People still didn't know, as they started fighting as riots broke out. As police came in to strobe over the area. The king didn't really notice about this until he got a phone call from his people. Hello, King. There's something going on with the people. Yes, what is it? They're fighting right to be breaking into the this area, sir. Don't send any more troops. Can't send any more troops. That would be the fateful flop. But an earthquake was hitting. That's what the earthquake took. All the soldiers here literally rebelled, started fighting. The biggest rebellion was about to happen. The biggest rebellion would be Ruark. Then you guys started fighting, and started fighting real hard. War was still happening. Bam! As fire started to break out all across this area. Fire! There was fire everywhere as fire broke across the area. Madness. As a huge rebellion happened. The War Kingdom. Soldiers were still on standby as fire was happening. fires were still happening. All on the border, fire happened all across the flipping border. Fire still happening across the border. People were shocked as soldiers came through. They set fire on the soldiers. Fires burnt as hell broke loose. More and more nations were breaking free. These guys were broke free. These guys broke free. And these guys broke free. People started to realize the Nyla Empire didn't look as big as these guys. Declared war on the whole world. Was this a chance? No, as they were already dealing with a huge civil war as new nations popped up. Soldiers from Holy Ike started to move across the lands. Battles all across. As soldiers as people started to throw bow and arrows as Navy lands. Some people thought this was a chance to get back right at them. People enjoyed fighting these guys. Seeing that they were about to split them up, it stopped. The Nyla Empire was going to collapse. But Nyla, as the king, knew it. They knew they were going to collapse anytime soon. They had to take care of it. As the collapse was in their eyes, they saw these guys. And these guys broke into flipping fire all across the nation. Hell was on the You guys kept rebelling. As these guys rebelled too. No? It is rebel? Okay. Kind of popular. Is that still not good? I'm just want to get put back. No, they're not. Yeah, where they are? Okay. As the collapse of the Roman Empire is ours. Hail still breaks loose. A tornado right across the whole area. 2 days. It was 4 earthquakes. Hell broke loose as fire happened all across Earth. All across the areas. Hell. Hell was hell. This was flipping hell. As grenades wiped across the whole nation. And the youth chats realized this would be the end. Thousands of atomic bombs were dropped, which caused major hotness all across the earth, caused fire. As thousands of atomic bombs are being dropped. Titanic? Yes. Hell was breaking loose, but then all of these countries became free. So in the world of Nile was in the times. Madness broke through. Hell, fire, grenades. Napalm bombs everywhere. It was hell. Yeah. What's that figure? Ew.